Hi, guys.
Hi, Max.
You right?
I'm fine. You?
Thanks. Yeah, busy.
Good.
So have you had a few packs now then, Paula? How many have you had?
Oh my God, I've actually lost count. So I've had the birds, I've got the dragon, the Welsh ladies, I've got the daffodil in the pot to start, and I've got the daffodil on the display to do as well.
Brilliant. So how are you finding it? I mean, when the packs come, you know, what's your reaction to it?
I just absolutely love it. It's like Christmas Day every time a box comes. And it was lovely that I missed the box on Monday. I must have been somewhere else. And when I came back into where I'm using the office, it was on the bed. So the scissors were out and I was opening it up. And every time I think I'm just amazed at how much stuff is in there, how detailed and the quality. And I'm just loving every minute of it. It's absolutely brilliant.
And does it make your life a little bit easier, do you think? You know,
way easier, yes. Now, in the past, obviously before COVID, I would have spent hours with my residents prepping and cutting things out and getting things organised. And we used to always have sort of things running by the side of each other. You know, we'd be making something, but I could be cutting something out, or we'd have an hour just sat cutting. I haven't got that time at the moment. Plus, the big room I used to use is now our isolation lounge, and all my cupboards were in there. I have a shed, and all of that is being used for other things. So it's having the space. So I'm sat in a bedroom. Look, I am literally sat in a bedroom. This is the only space I can have. But unfortunately, if somebody comes in and wants this bedroom, I could be in the car park, I think. So from my point of view, having everything ready is just phenomenal, because you can work through one of those packs or the box in one day, or in a couple of days, however we see fit. And this morning, I've had a lady gluing something upstairs, somebody doing art downstairs. I was on a Zoom call, we were singing, and I've just had some flowers delivered. So it's been a mad day, but because it's ready, I can pick it up really quickly. And I can put it away as quick as well. So I can say, I've got 20 minutes, right, let's just get a few things out. Let's do a few things this morning. But I've tried to do a morning session and an afternoon session with the box.
So in terms of your residents then, I mean, what's their reaction to the projects, and does it suit everyone? Do you think you can get a bit out for all your residents?
Yes, so I've got at the moment 26 residents, all at different levels, all at different, some don't want to be involved, some will sit and watch. So yes, I think you can tailor make that to individuals. So if we were doing, last week when we were doing the dragon, I had one lady and me, we painted all of them red, and then I got somebody else helping to tip the glitter on, and then somebody else was doing one of the birds the other week, and she was just merrily colouring how she wanted, whereas we were doing a bit more detailed. So yeah, I think the balance is there, and because we know our residents, we can sort of give them the bit that they can do. Yeah. And then it all then comes together, so everybody's had a little bit of a go at the moment.
Perfect. I mean, that's great, because I think that's what we're about, don't you think, Max?
Yeah, absolutely. That was the aim, and that's what we were hoping for. And I think you're finding that because we're on that WhatsApp group, aren't we? That
yes.
The other ACs are finding it a very similar thing as well. And some have quite able residents, don't they? More able than some of the others.
Yeah, and this is it. There's such a mix within the care homes. You know, I've got Mary who hasn't got dementia, who we chat about all sorts, and I've just got her on BritBox, and she's learning how to use iPlayer. So she's got a mobile phone. So she is very capable. Whereas I've got some who need very simple instructions, who have got an attention span of 5 or 10 minutes. So I can just take one flower, and that could take half an hour with that person, but it doesn't matter, because then it comes together and it's what it is. It can never be perfect because there isn't such a word.
Yeah.
But because everything's cut out and ready and the instructions are there, you can then just adapt that as and when as you need, you know. And obviously with what Max and Annette have sent up, there's plenty to go around, because initially I thought, oh, you know, how many people will I touch? How quick will I put things together? And I'm sort of getting a bit of a plan of how to do it, getting all the prep and the background done, then getting somebody else involved, and somebody else will help me put it together.
Great, that's great to hear. So we also pride ourselves on having a mojo sort of be there and sort of answer your questions and help you with anything you need. So in terms of the support you received from Max and Annette, do you feel that that's spot on? Does that help?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, I send an email or a message and they're back straight away. Zoe couldn't understand her instructions. I think last week she was confused. Max answered within 5 minutes and she's like, oh yeah, it's me, I'm being dippy. So yeah, and I think that's nice to be able for me to say, every time I open a box, I think my message last week was wow, wow, wow.
Yes,
because
it was.
It was just more stuff was coming out of this box. It was growing and growing, and I'm like, oh my word. So I just think it's the element of surprise I like, but I also like that everything comes that I need to do in that box. Right. So I'm then not thinking, oh, do I need glue? Do I need the sequins? Do I need that? It's there.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking the little trucks that we bought. I'm taking my truck. I'm leaving things in envelopes, and I've got a plan, and that is excellent. But because of the way Max and Annette label the envelopes, it's clear.
Yeah.
Very clear and very simple. But I think I was talking to somebody yesterday. I can't believe that from just seeing it on Facebook to having that question and that contact, that the difference it can have made so simple and so quickly.
So in terms of the rest of your team, what does everyone else feel about the art packs? Your manager, and are you putting artwork on the walls? Are they all...
Yeah, they've been asking, like, what are you doing? Because obviously they're all wondering what I'm doing, because I'm there with my little truck now, look like Bob the Builder. And I'm like, right, well, today we're doing this. So what I've been trying to do is, like, show everybody the background, whether it's simple or what, this is it, this is the picture, this is what we might get it to look like. My manager's thrilled. The big boss is just, amazed. And I've tried to I've been showing the brochure to the residents who can understand what we're doing, to see if they've got anything they like. I absolutely love those Welsh ladies.
They were beautiful. They looked so lovely.
Just amazing. And something so simple, but that was just, I absolutely love doing those. And we have on our doors, I'll move it just so I can show you. All our doors have got boards on. Wait a second. So this is Mary's. Can you see everything we've been making?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. Now there's nobody in that room, so 1 second. Margaret's got a little thing on hers. Alan's got some stuff on his. So I was thinking those Welsh ladies would be amazing, just collage on our doors for the ladies.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So do you think does it brighten up people's day, do you think, when you get your residents, so they lift them a bit and they feel enthusiastic about getting stuck in? And
it does, and it's a conversation thing. So I was like, have you been to Wales? What is in Wales? Where was your holidays? And we were talking about all sorts of random things while we were doing it. We were on about the colour of red. We need about 20 walls, I think, Annette and Max, to display everything. Go on, sorry, Sandra.
No, I was just saying, it's great to have different themes. I don't know what you guys have got prepared for the next delivery.
Well, I was looking at perhaps doing a welcome wreath for the home itself that you could put in reception.
Yeah, that'd be lovely, yeah.
Lovely, yeah.
They're
So
always
it's nice
very
to have-
well received. Yeah, they're people like those.
Yeah, I think you've got to keep it, you know, different themes and keep it interesting, like you say, for the conversation, and to keep everyone motivated as well.
Yeah, I did the sailboats as well because we do have a few chaps. So I can go down the flower, the butterfly, the craft, and I can go on forever. But actually, sometimes you've got to think of the chaps, and you know the boats and the water and maybe sports. So that's going to be a different one for us for something to try. But I think the themes, I've actually just been looking through the little brochure again here. Every time I look through, I'm like, oh, that one, oh, maybe that one, that one. You can't choose because there's too many and there's so many. And now I'm getting an idea of how they arrive and what's in them.
Yeah,
You're just elated every time you open the box, and it's lovely. And the residents enjoy doing something different, and because it's ready, I'm not going to, I'm at women, I need such a thing. I might need such a thing. We can concentrate for that, maybe an hour and a half in the morning and an hour and a half in an afternoon where it's quiet and we can just get on with the project. And I'm explaining to the staff where it's come from and who Annette and Max are and, you know, how, you know, we've contacted each other. So there's just a lovely story about it as well, I think.
that's great. You've got great support by the sounds of it. Fantastic.
It's nice to see that the different ACs in the different homes have picked different projects as well. Because we gave them that, we said that we've got like the 4 that we would probably theme for this time, but they could pick anything from the brochure as well. And it's lovely, isn't it, to see that people have picked different things, and so all the artwork that we're going to get back to display will be all different, which is nice.
Yeah, and I think again, it's like we've seen such different calibre of people colouring things in, and how they've used the postcards and what they're going to use the postcards for. So I've decided to wait to use my postcards. We're not going to allow visits till maybe after the 12th of April. I had my second vaccine yesterday with a lot of the staff. So our residents are not due until the 3rd of April. So we've decided to wait till then, make a week, and then from the 12th of April, hopefully we'll have some visits. So my idea is we will start colouring those lovely, the postcards in. Once you've had a visit, we're going to send the postcard after to say, thank you for visiting me. It was lovely to see you. Yeah, and use them that way.
So do the families and friends know that there's all this art going on now in the care home? Is that something they know about yet? Or?
Yeah, they do. So we have the Facebook page, which is obviously Holme Manor, which is where I work. But then on the bigger scale, it's the Activities Are Us Facebook page, which is obviously our group that that I run. So yeah, what I would do is every night or every time we do stuff, I get collection and then I post it up. I've been trying to learn how to tag Annette and Max because I think because of the way it's set up as a page, I can't just automatically do it. So I've had to do it another way. Right. So I tried to tag them in as well so they can see what we're doing. And then family members are saying, oh, wow, great, what are you up to? So that's the way we've had to keep them in the loop, really, to be honest. Usually they would be in and they'd be seeing everything, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Also, I used to have a lot of family members, especially sort of like Eastery time, or even Christmas or whenever, I'd ask them to come in and help. And we've made before massive stained glass windows of Christmas themes and stuff, and I'd get the family members helping me who wanted to. But again, we can't have that this time either.
No, unfortunately, but maybe soon, hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be getting in there with the paint as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I miss that side because they are part of me and they are part of the family. And you know, we'd know somebody would be coming every Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and they'd always come and we'd have a brew ready, and it was a family and it was a lovely feel. Whereas at the moment, that isn't here because of the residents' families not coming in. But it still doesn't mean we cannot be doing the good things that we've been doing, really.
Yeah, I still love doing my sessions because if family members would come in or if it was school holidays, the kids would get stuck in the session and, you know, partners would come in and get involved. It used to be great, actually. Such a social event, just doing your painting. It was fantastic.
It is. And I think, again, it's having that time then just to sit and just to relax, because there's so much going on with professionals coming in and routines that we have, and, you know, it's sometimes unmanageable. But again, there was always that time to have that peace, to have that quiet. I mean, I'd be getting them to finish the breakfast and I'd be jumping on the tables and I'd be like, right, no rest, we're doing this. And we used to say it was like a sweatshop sometimes if we had a theme going. But they want to be busy, they want to be doing stuff, and having the themes there to choose from, again, it's just so lovely, because I used to have to try and think of those themes.
Yeah.
But again, we're not going in the shops as often. The places I used to visit are not there. So I find that hard to choose online sometimes, a theme. So having Annette and Max have, you know, giving us ideas, that's just one less stressful thing not to think about as well, really.
Yeah.
And you built on the birds one, didn't you? You said you were going to, because you had got some lovely leaf shapes and things like that. So you were going, because you added some bits, didn't you? So you were going to add quite a few bits to the birds one.
Yeah, and it's just, again, you can build on that, and as much as we're doing as we want. And also you can do sidelines, you know, to that. You could be making the bird feeders or bird balls or something. So again, I think all of us as activity coordinators have different residents, different spaces, different hours, different clients. So again, it's how much you want to use that. I mean, the dragon one, I just literally made the dollies and put that up, and I just think it was lovely. But me and Mary, who did that, we were giggling at what colour to colour the cheeks and their eyes, and it was just so lovely, and it was just relaxing, and we were working in her bedroom as well, and it was just a really lovely afternoon.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, I'm glad it saves you some time as well, because I used to work as an activity coordinator, and I started doing loads of arts and crafts, but I found it really hard to prep anything, because there was never the time really, because you're always with a resident and, you know, working with a resident. You don't really have time to cut it out and put it together, and
no, and then you sat there and it looks like you're doing nothing then, because you're sort of chip-chopping away. So I used to try and do a lot of prep while they were having the lunch.
Yeah.
But then I did have a few residents who were happy to help. So we had a gentleman, and I'd give him a big pile of stuff and he'd set off cutting for me. But again, then you want to that be part of the activity, whereas now I haven't got that time. So having the boxes just cuts out that sort of middleman in a sense, and just allows me to have one-to-one or a small group.
Yeah.
A really good sit down and a good talk. And the truck's been great, because I just dragged that with me now. And the pots of the paint that Annette and Max have done last week, I just got those out for the reds, and we were mixing different colours. It's washed, it's all put back away, it's dead simple.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to ask, so do you think it's good value for money then? You know, what's your thoughts on the value of each pack?
Yes, I think so, because of the amount of stuff that's in there. But I think that those first two I got they were unbelievable. The quality of this stuff is lovely. You've got a load of stuff to use, and then obviously you've got a little maybe excess that you've not used, so you can have that in the background. The variety of brushes is good, because if they're fine, not everybody can hold those. So I think maybe I need another different set of brush, a bit of a chubbier one for maybe somebody else, but it depends on what you're doing. But I think for value for money, I don't think you can beat it at all, especially because it's tailor-made for you.
Yeah.
And all the thought and the effort and the preparation that's gone into it is phenomenal, really.
Fantastic.
Well, I'll send some chuggy brushes up next.
Yeah, I just think it's just, I mean, I've been using all the little small ones and everything, but I'm just thinking maybe sort of some different size of brushes would just be a bit helpful to somebody else who can do it a bit quicker, you know, because that's how they want to do it.
We did dabbers in, didn't we? We found those new dabbers that were really good with the cone top, and then with the plastic, which are very easy to hold.
Yeah, because then you can do that, can't you then? I do like those. So it's, again, sort of just working through the boxes and seeing. But at the moment, I haven't got anything that I would say that needed changing at all. They've hit everything I've wanted to do. And the people I've been doing it with have managed everything. And it's just, before I go to the session, I sort of get it out the day before if I get time to have a look and see what I'm going to do and have a bit of a plan. And then I sort of use the swoop in and I grab somebody and then we start. And we've been doing it in the dining room, which is lovely because it's bright in there. A lot of traffic passing, so people are saying what you're doing. The staff are really getting involved, and even though they haven't got the time to help, they're asking lots of questions. Oh wow, that looks lovely, and yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to see? Is there anything that we could include or add or do slightly differently? Or
no, you see, at the minute, no, I don't think there is at the moment. I think maybe as we start going through the projects and maybe we've got more people involved and the other girls might be seeing things differently as well. You know, their clients, they might come up with some, I don't know, differences or anything, but at the moment I can't, no. Everything's simple, it's clear, it's ready. And yeah, it's just, I think just different size of brushes might help.
That's not a problem.
But apart from that, nothing at all at the moment.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's great because you know you've got a team that you can chat with, and anything you need to add or change, you know, Max and Annette are there to assist and help with that, and that's all part of the service, really. I think it's important to have that, definitely.
It is, and I know that they're there, and like as I've sent messages or emails and we've been bouncing them back between us and everything, or any queries or anything, and it's good to have the WhatsApp group, I think, because we can put the pictures on there of what we've been doing and we've been chatting. I mean, Sandra, we can add you to the WhatsApp group if you wanted to be dinged all the time with our pictures.
It's very funny.
I think I've seen it on social. I've seen a few on social media, I think.
Yeah. We then share them because it's a great way, isn't it? People got them then, so we can then put them.
Yeah, so I think it's also about getting it out there as well.
Absolutely. No, that's fantastic. I really appreciate you taking the time today.
Just you're right. Sorry, some people are working.
You probably want your lunch, I think.
So what I'm doing is we've got Catherine, who's a freelance reporter that I know. I've spoken to her because she can get us in the local area and the local papers. I thought it was good to show that we've thought outside the box, that we've thought of something different in lockdown, but also what a great, you know, project and Creative Mojo is for everybody to sort of have a look at as well.
Oh, do you know, I think you're fantastic. I really do. How long have you worked as an activity coordinator for?
I've been at Holme Manor for just over 11 years now. And when I stumbled in them doors on that Wednesday, and I can remember trudging through the snow, I wondered what on earth I'd let myself in for. Because I've never done anything like this. This isn't my background at all. And it was funny, it was because a great aunt had got dementia and I used to take my nan to visit, and I saw the activity coordinator and my mum said, "You'd be good at it." And I went, "No chance." And then I had my own business, and it was whether to scale that up really big or to walk away. And I walked away and came to Holme Manor. So I learned on my feet running.
Yeah, well, I think you're great because you're so easy. I bet the residents love you. You're so fantastic.
I think some of them look and think, "Oh God, she's here again. Oh God, she's not going to. We're not going to have any peace." And some of the residents have learned that I'm coming to swab, and they now sit there like that. So they've seen me coming. But I do think you need to be enthusiastic. I like to think out of the box. I like to get involved in different things. I don't say no, I say yes and then panic how I'm going to work it out. But I think sometimes you've got to do that. And if I hadn't have messaged Annette and Max about those birds, we wouldn't have got this at all. And I just think from that little message to then that thought of actually this could really work, especially during this lockdown period and having issues. And then, you know, Annette and Max were so welcoming and thinking, yes, let's run with it. So, you know, we worked as a team, and I think that's what we needed, really. No matter what happens, we can still have all your packs come in. And I think that obviously was really good. And also that we're hitting care homes. I mean, I've only got 27. I think Sam's, in fact, I've got it written down here, how many, because I was thinking, so there's 30. If I'm full, we have 30. Steph has 27. Sam would have 30. Now, I think Zoe's in her 60s. I think there's quite a lot at her place, because Zoe's is very different. It's more mental health than just activities at residents like we have. So, in total, we're hitting over 100 people.
Right, that's great. Yeah.
And on every different level. And again, the boxes can be done in a morning, a day. You could class them out for 2 weeks. It's up to you then how you use them, isn't it? Really, I think.
I think that's great, and it's great that you took a chance on us and our work and our project, and I appreciate that. And I'm glad you're all enjoying it. That's brilliant.
I'm glad I found you, but I'd like to keep your secret, really, just for me. I just don't think that's fair. And I just think, as an activity coordinator, even though I've got a wonderful manager and staff, you're still on your own. Yeah. It's a very lonely place to be sometimes. So I do think having, ideas like this, it just brings everybody together, doesn't it? And it opens doors for the residents.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think you've got a great team where you are. I think it sounds like it's a fantastic home. I really do.
It is, it's lovely, and it's, when we pull together as a team, we are absolutely amazing, and it's been very difficult, and I will eventually get back to doing my 4 days properly, which is just phenomenal, and I hope that comes sort of sooner rather than later, because I do miss that, and I have lost my mojo, but then I found you lot, so it's helping.
Oh, I think you should be on the telly, Paula.
We've had Adrian Childs here before, but he did his radio show.
Oh, right.
He did a full radio show, and we used to have a gentleman who used to sing all the time, and every time Adrian was trying to talk, George was singing. See, bless him. And I've been on the Radio Lancashire and local ones, just trying to promote some of the stuff that we do. But I think if we speak to Catherine later this afternoon, she's going to try and get us in the local paper. Obviously promoting Creative Mojo. Obviously she's going to talk to Annette and Max as well, just because I think it's good. We need some nice stories, don't we, and something positive.
Oh, that's great. That really is fantastic.
That's a definite though, isn't it, at the moment, to lift everyone's mood, is to try and change it and be a bit positive.
Yeah, and you know what? If I hadn't messaged you on that day, then I'd have been missing out, and we'd have all been missing out. So just that chance of sending that message. I mean, we've missed so many trips out from here on the train and choir sessions. Yeah. And I just think you, as an activity coordinator, you've got to have that positive outlook.
Yeah. And I do think these projects probably help motivate you, because I remember to do my sessions. Just doing the project and getting it finished used to motivate me, and I used to love to sort of, do it and get through it, and it did used to encourage me. So I hope it's the same for you, definitely.
It is, because like I say, I've sort of lost my mojo, I've lost my space, I've lost a lot of stuff, and I've got out of it. I've sort of got into Office Paula, Swabby Paula, Zooming, videoing, FaceTiming, and that's all lovely because it makes a difference. But actually, after we'd done them dollies last week, my husband saw the pictures, my nana saw the pictures, I was telling the girls, and I just thought, you know what, because it made me smile, so then I know I've made a difference to somebody else, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Putting a smile on your face. And if cutting out the middleman, and Annette and Max are my middlemen now, that helps me. It helps me get more out of my day as well, because of the time scaling and everything. And again, I think the other girls, Steph and Zoe and Sam can be pulled into the kitchen as a chef at any minute. But if she's got that ready there, she can then just pick that up. And I think that's what it's about. It's having that opportunity just to pick it up and run with it for half an hour and then put it away again. And, if we'd have been having to prep and find the shapes, and
it just wouldn't happen, would it?
It's an extra pair of
hands. No. Yeah. It is, yeah. And I think at this moment in time, it's certainly what we needed, without a doubt, definitely.
Great. And I think even in terms of the project, because there's an end goal, as it were, it kind of motivates you anyway, doesn't it? Because you think, I've got to get that finished, I've got to put it on the wall. And
yeah, and I think even if like, I mean, I've got a couple of boxes, so I could be doing one thing one day and another, and you can mix and match then. Or I've just tried to focus on a box, use that box, and then what I've done is all the sheets that Annette and Max have kept, I've saved those so I can look back. And then I've been trying to plan and think, oh, well, shall I build on that theme, or shall I just leave that one quite small? And again, I can jiggle. And then I thought the postcards, which I absolutely love, I thought they would be lovely after a visit to be sent out saying thank you for visiting me.
Yeah.
But again, how would I have made those, prepped those, got those? Well, I don't have to think about that now, do I? I can have them ready on a Monday, ready for the week of the visits we're going to have, get them labelled up when I'm in the office, and then they can be sent out, and it'll be beautiful.
Oh, fantastic.
Really
That's
nice.
great to hear. Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant. Lovely.
Yeah, super.
You got any questions or anything, anyone, before we...
No, I think we covered it. It was just nice to touch base and just be able to get a little bit of a recording of some of the positivity, I think, wasn't it? It was so useful to do.
I mean, you mentioned you got a few men there. I mean, if there's anything they want or you can pick up on, just get in touch with me and I'll work something out for them.
Yeah.
I will. I was just looking through. That's why I was looking through the little the brochure there that you'd sent me, because I've obviously ordered the boats and then I've got the daffodils and everything. And I was just thinking, because the chaps we've got are quite new, so I'm sort of just thinking I've got to get to know them a little better.
Yeah.
But two of them have actually worked together as lorry drivers.
Oh, wow.
Now, one of them wouldn't be interested in doing anything at all, but the other gentleman's quite artistic. So I'm going to sort of get to know him over the next sort of few weeks, maybe even a month, to get some more background. And then, yeah, maybe I might just say, can we have something very specific for the chaps and everything? Ladies are easily pleased, but I think sometimes you struggle with the chaps.
Yeah, we felt that as well.
I find that when I
haven't
go into homes that some of them are very sort of, oh, I don't really want to do this with a load of ladies, you know.
Yeah. And it's difficult because it's also, as well, if they've never done stuff like that, why do they want to start doing stuff like that now? Yeah. But I think sometimes if you use a different medium, maybe like chalk or something, that they, or the paints or something different, then that will sort of engage them a little bit better then, I think.
I think I've always found with men, I've always found with men that, sorry, Annette, go on.
No, you carry on, Sandra, sorry.
I'm sorry. I found with men a lot of the times they like a ruler, a pencil, more kind of architectural type of drawing. That's what I've found in the past.
Yeah, we've had a couple of architects here, and to stop the poor guy building the chairs and the tables up on top of each other, he used to have a ruler, a pen and a pad and a set square and all sorts, and he'd spend ages diddly-daddling and doing stuff. But there is one chap that I know would just like look at me, but he loves cars. And motorbikes and stuff. So I was, we maybe go down that route. I'm not sure yet. But I think as well, I've spoken to the other girls and sent them a message that if they do think of anything, that could be generic for all of us or just for them, then they've got to say, because I do know Annette and Max would then try and work something out for us.
We've made a racing car before, haven't we?
We've done racing cars.
Yeah, we did that.
We actually made a racing car and bits like that, so.
Yeah,
painted all the colours on it. It was really good. Yeah, they loved that.
I think it's just having something to look forward to as well. When I think you messaged me to say that you sent the boxes out on Friday. So the first thing Monday morning, I'm like, is my box here yet? And it didn't come till I think about 11. And I was like, where's my box? Because then I'm into it and I'm looking, and then I put it away, and then I'll open it again and I have another look, and then this morning I think I've looked at the boat one again, and I'm like, maybe start that maybe next week. So it's good because I've got a plan then, knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, that's great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I'll get some brushes up to you.
Yeah, no rush at all. Like I say, it was just a thought, different sizes of brushes. I haven't needed them yet, but I do realise that we do have a lady who struggles with her fine motor skills, and even she was a teacher, but giving her a pen, she's not quite sure what to do with that anymore. So sometimes like a chubby brush might just be you know, a little bit better. But I
Probably.
don't think any of the girls have sort of said anything. I don't think they've needed anything yet as well. But I think that's why it's nice to have the WhatsApp group so that we can just zone in on us and message and keep in touch, isn't it, as well?
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's great. It's a great idea having a WhatsApp group of thing. That's really good because you're getting instant feedback, aren't you? Which is important, I think. So that's.
I think also, sorry, Annette, it's motivating us because I'll be doing something and they'll be doing something, and then they think, oh, well, I'm going to do something. So it's sort of motivated us and spurring us all along because we all feel the same, deflated. So I think it's nice to see that, but it's also lovely to see how different everybody's doing the same thing in a sense, and we're all working differently. And I didn't know if to sort of do a bit of a journal as we went along and print pictures off to keep, or just to keep them all at the end. I'm not quite sure yet, so I'm thinking about that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should put together a calendar for you of all the artwork at the end of the year, maybe.
Yeah, well, we were going to do a book.
We can do a
weren't we?
photo book.
Yeah,
for
one
you
of the photo
with
books
everything.
was planned.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got some ideas of that. I think it'd be lovely, because I do think we need to, I just want one of the postcards of the dollies. The dollies are just my favourite.
Oh, fabulous. They look so good.
I don't know why they really touched.
No, it was a great image. It looked really good.
They just really touched me, those dollies, and I'm just like, oh, so cute. So I was showing my nana on Sunday. I was showing her the photographs of what I'd been doing.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant news. I'm so pleased it's working well for you. I'm really pleased.
It is. It's super, and I'm so pleased that I got in touch now. And I think it's just, going forward, it's just brilliant, lovely, yeah.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paula.
Yeah.
Thank you, thanks to Annette as well, because you're doing a brilliant job. So thank you.
You've got to keep it up.
Keep it up.
No, it's super, definitely.
And we'll catch up with you, Paula, shortly with this, because we're going to talk to this reporter, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Catherine's going to try and do a report. I've obviously spoken to her and give her a bit of the background, but obviously I thought it was good for Annette and Max to sort of, put your point of view and talk to Catherine as well. And then I think what she usually does is she usually types it up and sends it me so I can see it, and I can forward it to you. And then hopefully she's going to use some of the artwork we put on the walls as a photograph. And then we can obviously then hopefully get it in the paper.
Oh, great. Yeah, I look forward to seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So much.
Well, I think it needs to. Nobody else is saying anything amazing at the minute, so I thought, well, we might as well blow our own trumpets.
That's what I'd like to hear. So well done. You're all brilliant, I think. You're all great.
We're a team effort.
Well done. Thank you.
All right, then. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Paula.
Yeah, won't be a minute. I've just got to go in the loft to look for cake stands, and then I'll be back and I'll get us on for Catherine.
Okay. I'll go and put my makeup on.
We've got a party on Sunday. It's a gentleman and his wife's paid some money for us for a buffet. So because it's obviously Mother's Day as well, I need to see how many cake stands we've got, because we're going to do like a big afternoon tea.
Oh,
Sounds
that's
brilliant.
lovely. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to do that. Brilliant.
Okay, then, brilliant.
Thanks, Paula.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.